Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're well. It is your girl, Chanelle novosey. I know it has been some time, and this video is well overdue. I am currently traveling in San Jose, Costa Rica. I have a little bit of time before my flight is to take off, and I wanted to catch you guys up on what's been going on with me. I have been wanting to record this elephant in the room kind of video for so long, just explaining what has happened to me and where I have been in the last few years in regards to DIYs, what kind of content you will see on my YouTube channel, and various other things. So let's get into it. Grab some coffee, grab some tea, some water, whatever you prefer, and come sit with me. Come sit with me. Let's have a chit chat, catch up, and I want to talk to you guys, family to family, friends to friends. You guys have supported me throughout the years so much, and I feel like it is my obligation to have a heart to heart and sit down and talk with you guys. So let's get into it. I have tried to come back on YouTube several times, and there's always a part of me that just wants to sit down, be completely vulnerable and open about what has happened with me in the last few years, the direction of my YouTube channel, and just chit chat. I see you guys as family. I see you guys as close friends, and many of you are. And thank you to all of you who have supported and reached out to me throughout the years and just checked in on me. I have received DMs on Facebook, Instagram, even here in the comments like, "Hey Chanelle, are you good? Where are you?" That touches my heart, and I really appreciate you all. I really want you to know that. So I'm going to try to record this video in one take. I have some notes with me because I've really been wanting to talk about these things with you guys for so long. Let's get started. So first, when I started to have a bit of a decline in my YouTube channel as far as my attendance on the channel around 2018 or so. And I'm going to be completely vulnerable. If there are family members that are watching, I'm going to mention my father, and that may trigger some people. So I just want to give you a heads up, okay? So in 2018, I'm trying not to get emotional. My dad started to get sick in 2018, and there was a lot of hospital visits and just heartache, and knowing that like he was getting sicker and sicker. And in 2019, my father transitioned. That was a very difficult time in my life. I had never had someone so close to me transition. So of course, the anticipation of that in 2018, when we started to see like the decline in his health, it was really hard for me to make content. I tried my hardest to push out new ideas with the You Just Might Like It podcast. It was around that time that I was trying to get through the grievance stages of my father. And I tried to put a few DIYs out. My heart really wasn't in it, if I'm completely honest. It was really difficult for me to be consistent on YouTube and show up authentically, and even be in a creative space. I love my father so much, and I miss him dearly. And yeah, that was really difficult to navigate. They say time heals all, and I'm not sure if that's true, because grief is a very tricky thing. There's ebbs and flows with grief, especially with a parent. It hits so different when you're sitting in the front row in the pew at the church for a funeral for your parent. I've been to plenty funerals, sitting in the back, or, even just having a loved one that has transitioned is difficult. But being in that front row and putting the funeral together, oh my God, I had never dealt with that before. Me and my siblings and my mother. Wow. It was really difficult. We sent him off very well. I believe he is with us always. I didn't anticipate ever losing him that early, and just kind of really felt like it happened pretty sudden. So preparation, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, I didn't have that. So it just kind of felt like my world was just like pulled from up under me. So that happened in 2019, and I slowly began to try to pick up the pieces. I created the podcast, You Just Might Like It, which was the offset of my vegan journey. I went vegan in about 2018, 2019, and I tried to be consistent with the podcast. It did bring me joy to like eat food, bring friends on the podcast, and just show people my vegan lifestyle. It was a lot of work, but it gave me something to transmute my energy into, and I really loved it. I also began a conscious journey along with my spiritual journey. With my vegan journey. I was on like a spiritual journey. So I learned more about what I was putting in my body, as well as the things that I was inhaling through chemicals and products. Thus learning more about, E6000, which I used a lot. If you're not familiar with that, it is a really strong adhesive glue that a lot of us crafters use that holds things together really beautifully. I used it a lot in my videos, and I actually started to experience some health conditions from inhaling E6000. I tried to wear a mask in a few videos to prevent myself from inhaling that, but in my journey in consciousness, I could no longer participate in certain things, capitalism being one of them, and buying all this stuff from the Dollar Tree or wherever, creating more things, just buying more things, making more things. It just became really icky to me, for lack of better words. And I couldn't continue to support that lifestyle. I'm more of a minimalist now. I love to keep things limited. So this made it really difficult for me to make YouTube videos, because a lot of the things that I were using were actually quite harmful. The spray paints are very harmful. And of course you can put masks on and all of these things, but just building and making more things was starting to like bother me on a subconscious level. So I couldn't continue to make DIYs, and dealing with grief, still working a full-time job, and trying to be a content creator and think about other ways that I can create crafts and bring newness to my YouTube space was just a lot for me, So I wasn't able to bring you guys more content. And so, yeah, I kind of just left the DIY space alone. So ultimately, the pandemic hit, and I got into a space where I was like, no one is getting married. We're all social distancing. We're in the house. Weddings weren't really happening like that. People were doing DIYs and making wedding decor where they would like make these sparkly, cool like masks and all this stuff. But I didn't really feel a need to like cultivate that area, it just didn't feel authentic for me. So I didn't make any DIYs that were kind of like weddings or home decor, because we were all in the house, and it was a lot for all of us. And so going through the pandemic, it was constantly changing us. We're becoming more used to being in the house, which I feel like has done such a number on us psychologically. Um, I just didn't have the energy to bring you guys content with working a full-time job, trying to heal my grief with my father, expanding my knowledge with consciousness and spirituality, unlearning religion, and so many things, right? So, this one is really hard for me to discuss, but the end of 2020, I lost my best friend David. Literally around the same time that I lost my dad the previous year. Like the same, I think it was like a day or two apart. I lost my best friend David, who was a teacher. He was here on this YouTube channel. And I don't know if some of you all remember him, but I'll link the video just to commemorate his beautiful energy. And that hit me so hard to my core. And again, I'm losing people that are really close to me, like really, really close, and not to COVID, like for other reasons, you know? David's transition, I still struggle with it to this day. Of course, we are the same age, and it was a sudden loss. We were actually planning a trip to Miami 3 weeks before he transitioned. He was going to go to Miami with me for my birthday, November 17th, and he transitioned. It was really difficult. It was really, really difficult. I'm still healing from the loss of both my father and my best friend, if I'm completely honest. I'm trying to keep my energy high, y'all. It's just these things have really been hard to navigate, and I'm going through it. I'm still going through it. I'm still healing. Grief is like such a tricky up and down journey. So that happened in 2020, which caused me to close my Etsy shop. It didn't cause me to close my Etsy shop per se long term, but short term, yes. So with the loss of my best friend David, I developed tremors in my hands. And tremors is a neurological disorder, if you will. I may not get this completely right, but long story short, my hands would shake uncontrollably whenever I really tried to focus in on something. I had to close my Etsy shop immediately and try to finish all of the candle orders that I had. I reached out to all of my amazing customers who were so understanding, because I didn't have it in me. But they were patient, and I was able to finally get out some of my final orders on my Etsy shop, and I closed it, and I posted a message and just let everybody know, due to, personal reasons, medical reasons, I am closing my Etsy shop. I dealt with tremors for a few weeks, and shout out to my niece. Actually, she was my saving grace. Oh my God, she was with me. I feel like God really sent her. She traveled from Minnesota to Atlanta, and she was with me while I learned about the loss of my best friend David. And I don't know what I would have done if I was there by myself and learned about his loss or his transition. So I'm really grateful that God looked out for me and sent her my way. And she also helped me with my Etsy orders, and I'm super grateful for that. I really am. So I closed my Etsy shop because I developed tremors, and I developed like a stuttering issue because my brain literally went into shock with learning about the sudden transition of David. This went on for a few weeks, and eventually I was able to get back to work and try to start to piece my life together. Over the last few years, I'm healing, man. I'm healing, you guys. Um it has been both difficult and beautiful. I appreciate the journey. I see things so much more differently than I used to. I have met some incredible souls along this journey that have helped me, and I feel like God really handpicked the people that He's been putting in my life lately and along my healing journey, because they have been, not all of them, but most of them, have been some really kind. They see me. That's what it is. They see me and they hear me. And that is super important, especially when you're healing from grief. To feel seen, to feel heard, to have people to check up on you, to love you down. I'm grateful for that. I've had that, and it's priceless. So that has helped me a lot, as well as like digging deep and doing a lot of root work, which I'll discuss in further detail. Shadow work. And if you're not familiar with the word shadow work, it's like therapy, but it's not like surface level. It's where you go in deep. And I've had therapy, which I'm very grateful for, off and on over the past few years, to help me with my grief as well, to pull out things from your root that you've dealt with since childhood that have contributed to behaviors, ideologies that you currently carry as an adult. And so that's also something I want to talk about on this channel in the future. Yeah, root work, shadow work has helped me through my grieving process and just healing overall, trying to learn how to be more social. Solo travel has been something that has been helping me out with getting better with social interactions. As, of course, since we all were in the house, we kind of lost our ability, not all of us, to be more sociable. I did, at least, and not totally, but me solo traveling, meeting beautiful people, beautiful souls along the way has been a great way for me to immerse myself in other countries, as well as meet really unique and cool people and just be open. Being open to different mindsets and learning just consistently. Life is such a school ground. You're always learning, unlearning, and just that openness that I have now, and not being so rigid, is like where I'm at in my space in my life right now. I'll get in further detail in videos in the future, but I just wanted to at least briefly sit down and talk to you guys. How are y'all doing? How is your heart space? How are you holding up? This new era that we are in is starting to feel similar to the pandemic, with what's going on, the global crises that is being experienced all over the world. How are you holding up? How are you doing? Please let me know down below. In the future, what will you be seeing on my YouTube channel? I would love to share more experiences from my solo travels, to encourage women, men, anyone really, to get out and explore the world. There's so much to see. There's so many people that God has lined up for you to meet. That's where my heart is at, you guys. I love traveling, even if it's not solo, and who knows who will come along in the future, and I may be traveling with a companion or whatever. You know what I mean? But I would love to show people more of the world. Yeah, it is something that makes my heart smile so much. Solo traveling and just traveling just all together. I say solo travel because it forces me to be sociable. I am the biggest extrovert when I'm traveling. There's like no introvert in me when I'm traveling. I'm like, hi, how are you? Speaking to everyone and walking up to people and you know, talking to them, meeting new people, exchanging contact, keeping in contact. Like, I'm the biggest extrovert when I'm solo traveling. And then when I get back home, I'm such an introvert. I am in the house. So that's something that I'm very passionate about, that I want to bring to this space. And yeah, I want to bring you guys along my journey. So that's what you can look forward to in the upcoming weeks. I went to Colombia for my birthday in November, and I'll be uploading that content. It will mostly be YouTube shorts, so stay tuned for that. But as far as DIYs is concerned, will I be making any videos? Maybe. Time will tell, and I'm not quite too sure. I have a few ideas, but give me some ideas. Give me some recommendations. What do you want to see on this channel? Everything has changed. The algorithm is so different, the numbers are not the same as it used to be, which can be so distracting, and so it makes you not want to make videos, just to be completely honest, because it's like you do all this work, all this editing, which also editing so time consuming, that also has stopped me from like making videos, because I'm like, I'm doing all this work, I'm getting this little bit of views, and then the pay on YouTube is different. It's a very saturated space, but also I just want the people who love me and want to see my content to get the notifications and all the things. I just want the people to get the word, get the videos out, and just it reaches you guys. And sometimes the algorithm just doesn't do that. But I know I need to be consistent for that to happen. So this is my attempt to come back strong on YouTube. But if I'm going to do that, I just wanted to sit down and be completely transparent and honest with you guys about what's happened in the past, what's going to happen in the future, and where I'm at mentally, spiritually, and just overall. I'm really good now. I feel like I'm starting to come back to myself. I feel like I'm laughing more again. During grief, like, I don't know, like my humor kind of got taken away from me. You start taking life really, really serious. I'm starting to like smile from my heart again, which is so important. I'm appreciating everyone and everything. So yeah, man, I feel like I'm coming back. I'm coming back to who I remember, which is a happy person, but also better than before. I'm going to keep learning, evolving. That's never ending. That's just who I am, who I've always been. I want to be better, but I also just want to be like more laid back, more vulnerable, more open, and more authentic. So you'll see some raw parts of myself. Also, I just want to let you guys know, I do cuss. I'm a cussing woman. I've always been a cussing woman. That's just always been a part of my culture. I never did it really on YouTube because I feel like I presented a very perfect, squeaky clean version of myself, and I don't want to do that no more. So this time around, I want to be more real, more blunt, more honest, more myself, because that's actually who I am. I know some people may or may not like my up and coming content because of that, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. If our journey ends here, I'm okay with that. I'm appreciative for the time that we spent together. But I'm hopeful that you'll stay and we can evolve. And I'm hopeful that you guys have had evolution as well. Let me know. I would love to know what has changed with you guys since I've last been on the channel. It's so many of you that I'm thinking of in my mind, subscribers. So I'm like, oh, I remember this person, and you guys comment, and I'm like, oh yeah, hey girl, how are you? Or hey, to the guys that watch and stuff. It's mostly females on this channel, but we a family, y'all. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I got to get ready to head to the airport. I'll do a more detailed video about certain things like grief and healing, spirituality, where I'm at with like everything, more details on like if I am going to reopen my Etsy shop, which may happen, and plenty of other things to come. But right now, solo travel is just like what's on my heart. So I want to share that space with you guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you can hear me. My energy is like Really chill. I'm here. I feel my energy just being projected to you in the most genuine and authentic way. And that's from a place of calm, which my voice could be a little low from, but it's all good. I'll give you some high energetic energy in the next up and coming videos. And I think you'll really love what I have coming up. So I'm just going to put it out there. Put it out there, see what slaps. Hopefully it does. But thank y'all so much for watching from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to you all who have checked in on me. Sending you lots of love and light. I will see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you all. Bye.